Good morning, it's day 14 of Vlogmas. The sun is shining, but it's very deceiving because it's -8 degrees Celsius and feels like -16 with the wind chill. It's very, very cold. I'm just sitting in my car waiting for it to warm up because I need to head out to restock on a whole bunch of cold and flu medications. Glenn and I are feeling a lot better. I think we've turned the corner. We're just really fatigued right now. But Camden's not doing so great, and I'm almost out of everything, even throat lozenges. So I'm going to pick a few things up for him. And while I'm out, I'm also going to grab a couple of ingredients for a few things that we want to make in the next couple of days. Now that James is home, he's very much into the Ninja Creamy, like the protein ice cream, almost every night. And so I need a few things so he can make his creamy bases. I also want to grab some jalapenos and cottage cheese to make some protein bagels this week. And just a couple of things that we're missing in the kitchen. Now that James is home too, it's nice to have the fridge stocked. And yeah, I'm just going to kind of restock for the week ahead. I've spent most of my morning having a really quiet reset day. I really like to do that on a Sunday. So I've started to gather laundry. I've tidied up the kitchen a little bit. I'm just getting myself ready for the week ahead. I have a shop update tonight, so I have a couple of things to do to just prep the website for that. Tomorrow is going to be a really busy work day, and then I'm hoping to have a little bit of fun this week. Hopefully I'll be feeling better, but I have some Christmas shopping to do. There's some baking I'd really like to get started on, and I'm not sure what else, but lots of knitting, lots of making, and yeah, just lots to enjoy in the next week or two. So I think the car's warm. I'm going to pick up the few things that I need, try to beat any of the crowds. I'm not looking forward to the parking lots today, but I'm going to try to get home as quickly as possible so I can get back to my knitting. It's almost 4 o'clock already. I have no idea where the afternoon went. It's one of those days where I feel like my ambition is much bigger than my abilities, but I'm getting a lot done. I ran out, got a few errands done, and I had major success. I found everything I needed at the pharmacy, which was the most important. I had a gift in mind to get someone for Christmas. Just a random idea that popped into my head this weekend. So I ran into Winners and I found one lone item that fit the description. It felt like my lucky day. So that was a very successful trip. I also grabbed some Christmas cards, which I needed. And then I stopped at the grocery store just to get a few things for a couple of recipes or dinners this week. And that was really good. I've just come home. I've started a big pot of tomato sauce. I'm letting that simmer on the stove, and then I'm going to make some meatballs for dinner. Usually we have meatballs with spaghetti, but because I made pasta last night, I don't really want to make pasta again. So I think we're just gonna have meatballs with garlic bread, maybe some cheese on top, and a big Caesar salad. And then if I have leftovers, I can make spaghetti tomorrow and turn that into another dinner, or the boys can have meatball subs, whatever they would like. And I've just sat down while my sauce is simmering to have a look at 2 cookbooks because I have a couple of ideas for dinner this week. I haven't done meal planning for the week on a Sunday in a long time, but I feel like it's a good idea to do that right now. And I have a couple of things that I'm looking for. One was a slow cooker recipe for a chuck roast. And I think this looks like a really good one. It's slow cooker Caribbean beef sliders. It's from the Well Plated cookbook by Erin Clark, Well Plated Every Day. This is a really good cookbook that I got this past year. There's a lot of great recipes in here and a lot of good baked items. I feel like I need to make some muffins or something this week that we can have for like afternoon snack. And there are a lot of great ideas in here. So I'm just flipping through, looking for different ways to make a salmon dinner, maybe a different chicken dish for later in the week. But then I also pulled out another favorite book of mine, which is The Comfortable Kitchen by Alex Snodgrass. She's got a lot of amazing dinner recipes in here as well, like this sheet pan chicken fajitas. But then I saw this other recipe, which is kind of making me question why I'm doing my meal planning after I went to the grocery store. I'm gonna have to save this one for next week because I don't have kielbasa, but I've made this recipe before. It is sheet pan kielbasa with mustard vinaigrette. It's sliced kielbasa with cabbage and potatoes dressed in like grainy mustard vinaigrette. And then you put it on a sheet pan in the oven and it's very, very delicious. Everyone liked it when I made it before. She's got a lot of great ideas. So I'm just flipping through, looking for anything that looks yummy. This lemon chicken also looks very good. So I like to have a chicken dish, a fish dish, a pasta. Sometimes we do homemade pizza. Sometimes we just reinvent leftovers, but I feel like I need a little inspiration. So these are the 2 books that I'm looking at right now. I am trying to have a quiet break while the sauce simmers, and I thought maybe I could pull out my knitting because this habitation throw has become a very quick obsession. I'm loving this pattern. I feel like it's just the right flow for me. I have to count rows because there are eyelet rows, but other than that, it is so easy to remember. And I feel like I've made a lot of progress for me. So I've got day 1 and day 2, and I think I'm going to use all of my 20-gram mini skeins, which will give me the larger size habitation throw. I think you can use 10-gram minis to do the smaller size, or 20 for the larger. But I didn't use the entire 20 grams for the first color just because I didn't want this corner wedge to be really, really deep. I think this is really pretty the way it is. So this is what I'm doing. I think the colors are so pretty. This is going to be my next color. And I've got one more in this bag here, which I'm super excited about because it's a fun pop. So this is what it's going to look like. I'm really, really enjoying this. This is the Habitation Throw by Helen Stewart, using my Camijo Knit Little Women Advent calendar. And I think this week I'm going to watch that version of the Little Women that Camilla has dyed each skein to go with certain scenes of the movie with. And I'm just gonna enjoy some knitting while I watch that. It's my favorite rendition of Little Women. It's the one with Laura Dern. Oh, I can't remember the other names of the actresses right now, but it's with Timothée Chalamet. It's the newest version, and I love it. So I've got that in my little bunny bag, which I'm toting around inside of my carry-all. It's getting very, very full. I've been packing this. It is my couch bag. It goes upstairs, downstairs. I've got basically 3 knitting projects in it right now. I've got my Advent socks, my Sophie hood, and my habitation throw. So depending on my mood, I have something to pick up and knit. And I'm going to have these in the shop tonight. So at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I will have some dark brown leather in the shop. And then I think I'm going to be taking a little bit of a break. I will keep the shop open through the holidays, but I don't think I'll be adding new stuff. Maybe I will, I don't know. But I kind of feel like I should take a couple of weeks off from adding new stuff to just kind of enjoy the season. It's hard to take a holiday when you have your own business because you just think you can slide a little work in here and there. And I like to take time off after Christmas, so we'll see. I really love that week between Christmas and New Year's, and I'm just trying to figure out how to do things at the moment. But that's my Sunday, and my weekend has felt really relaxed. I feel like I got a lot of time to knit, to do a bit of planning for this coming week. I've got some busy days this week, but the days that are not busy, I plan on just being home, maybe doing some baking, doing lots and lots of knitting, and figuring out how to possibly wrap up all of my Christmas shopping by this time next week. I'm really hoping I can do it. I think I can. I think I just need 1 or 2 days to run out and get a few things, but I need to make a list. So I think tonight I'll sit down with my notebook, I'll make a list after dinner, and I'm also planning on having a self-care Sunday tonight for myself. I'm gonna have a luxurious bubble bath. I'm probably gonna do a mask and just get into some cozy pajamas. I swapped out my sheets today. I put my flannel sheets on my bed. I'm feeling like it was the perfect weekend filled with relaxation and also a little bit of organizing, which always makes me feel good. I feel ready for the week ahead. So I think I'm going to take a few minutes to do some knitting. I'll check on my sauce, and in about an hour, I will start my meatballs, get dinner going, and try to wrap up early tonight so I can have a self-care Sunday night to myself. The amount of twinkling lights in this front room is making me so happy right now. I finally found an extension cord and plugged in my new diffuser from Sage, and I think it looks magical up here. I'm diffusing peppermint twist oil. It smells amazing, and I think it's the perfect spot for it because this room is open to the second floor, and I think it's going to waft upstairs, which is perfect for my self-care evening. I am going to run a bath with as many bubbles as possible. I'm going to find the coziest pair of pajamas, and I think I'm going to continue with my binge watching of Laura Penrose on YouTube. I've been catching up on her vlogmases this weekend. I feel like it's my version of a Netflix binge. I have just been watching her episodes back to back and loving every minute of them. I really adore her. She's kind of like my Netflix binge show, where the Chelsea Yarns vlogmas is kind of like my evening sitcom. So I still have to watch that tonight too. So I've got plenty to watch. I'm going to get cozy and maybe catch up on a little bit of knitting because I didn't get any done this afternoon. I was too busy making meatballs. But that is it for the weekend. It's been a really nice, relaxing one. I hope that you've had a wonderful weekend as well, and I will see you tomorrow.